Good morning and welcome back to my channel, and I'm so excited to be here traveling with me, travel with Phil. And today I will take you through places here in Delhi. I have discovered something that I wasn't sure, and I'm gonna test this theory the more I use the Indian metro. But they actually have women, like the very first coach is women only. They have those signages. So what I'm gonna do is, when I go to like the yellow line and the magenta line intersection, which is very busy, I'm gonna go see if it's the same case, because I did that in these in two different stations, and on that side of the card it's actually just women. And so I'm gonna go and confirm that the next time I'm on the metro. But it's a very interesting fact. And I am here at the Lotus Temple, which is a Baha'i place of worship, also called actually Baha'i place of worship. It's a temple of the Baha'i religion, which is a religion that promotes the oneness of God, oneness of humanity, and oneness of religions. So everybody, no matter what race you are or whatever religion you follow, you're allowed to come here and worship. You're not allowed to perform any rituals or anything chants or anything, or like speak to people, but you can pray by yourself and you're all is welcome. So yeah, so that is Baha'i worship. So it is one of the main places of worship in Baha'i, like around 8 or 7 temples around the world, and this is one of them. The temple is surrounded by these pools of water which take up the natural light. So right now you can see it mimics the sky, and apparently if you're here at dusk it's gonna be so beautiful because it takes like those colors, the hues of the sun, and it's amazing. The architecture itself was designed as a lotus flower because it is a representative of multiple religions such as Buddhism, Hinduism, and Islam, among others. And it was designed by an Iranian architect, and it was completed in 1986. And it is actually an architectural marvel. It's something to behold when you're here. Inside you're not allowed to take pictures, so unfortunately I can show you that. But the Lotus Temple in India, amazing, right?
One pic. Hey, Ganesh.
Yeah, so I'm very distracted right now. The place is open to all, and it is visited by around 10,000 people every day. So do not expect to be on your own at all in this place.
One pic.
Okay.
मेरा चार्ट क्लियर हो गया.
This is a very popular place. You're not going to be on your own here, so if you probably want to avoid the crowds, you may come in the morning when it's opening around 8, but I don't even think even then there'll be like few people, because there is a very large stream of people going on. And when you're going in, you have to remove your shoes. So they give you a bag where you put your shoes, and you go around. Inside you can sit for as long as you want. You can silently pray to your God, or doesn't matter which religion you're coming from. And then when you're done, you go out and wear your shoes and then get out, which is also very lined up, as you can see. To go to my next location, I've chosen, instead of walking, it's far to, you can just go, to take a rickshaw. So it's my first Indian rickshaw experience. Yeah, it's really good. So there are ways to get around here. You can get Uber, you can take taxis, you can have the metro or even buses. Everything is connected, but it depends on where you're going and how far like the places are between each other. The next place on my list in Delhi that I had to see is the Humayun tomb. You can see it behind me. So this place is not, it's a mausoleum, a lot of tombs, but it's not just this one building. There are so many other things that I'll show you some of them, but it's a very interesting place that you should make sure to visit when you're here in Delhi. So in this tomb like museum, the Humayun's tomb is not the only one, and this one is Isa Khan's tomb, and it precedes it was actually built 2 decades, 20 years before the Humayun's tomb, and it's right outside the gate. The entrance gate is on that side, and so once you enter, then this is the first place you find. Yeah, so that is it. So when you're here in like Humayun's tomb, when you're coming to visit, don't like just expect to see one building and then done. It's a whole place. It is connected to the Sandals Nursery, which I'm going to next, so take your time. It is quite an amazing place to see. A lot of history here. This place precedes the Taj Mahal, it precedes the Red Fort, because they were all built like in the 16th century when the others were built in 17th century.
So where are you from?
Kenya.
Kenya?
Yes.
Where is this country?
In Africa.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And to the west, so that is the tomb. To the west, that direction is the mosque, which is also the direction of Mecca, the holy city, and this is Isa Khan's mosque. And when you're going inside, you're supposed to take off your shoes, they say, but nobody is taking off their shoes. So Isa Khan is a representation of the Suri dynasty, which was Islamic, and so you can see even the architecture is more Afghan architecture, and it's very different from the Mughal architecture. The tomb is in the shape of an octagon, so 8 sides, and the same case is that there are 8 trees. So that one, the other one there, this one here that has no, this one, those ones, and all of them go around and make an octagon shape. So, and here we are now at the Humayun's tomb, and if you're thinking that this is a tomb, you'll be so wrong. This is just the gateway, one of the many. This is the west gate. Right now it's the main entrance to the tomb itself, and it's grand and big, and you can see the 6-sided stars. That was the symbol of the Mughal Empire, and it leads to the actual tomb. So when they see with the camera, they are asking for 25 rupees for photography fee. I have no idea if it's official or not, but it's only $1, so not that much of an issue. This place is massive, but don't worry, because there is so much information about everything. You come here, you read about all the monuments, the years, everything, even maps with the guidelines on where to go. You are certain you won't get lost here, as well as like it's a Khan's mosque where you came from, so don't worry about the place. And let's go now learn something about this particular one. A brief history about Humayun's tomb is that it was built in 1570, so it's a 16th century Mughal emperor structure, and it's, I think, the very first of like Mughal architecture, and it was built for Humayun, a Mughal emperor, by his first wife, Bega. Her name was Empress someone, Bega. And yeah, so it was built here by Persian architects, and the ground itself houses a lot more tombs of multiple like people from the same family as well as other emperors. So this place is also very common, so again, don't expect to be the only one here, but it's definitely a lot of rich history. And also, like during the British invasion around 1890s or somewhere close to that, the last Mughal emperor was hiding in this place until he was ambushed. So it's a place that holds like hundreds of years of history, and it's a place that's definitely worth your visit. Oh, and the Empress herself, when she died, she was also buried at the same place. This entire place is surrounded by walls, but it's only 3 walls because when this place was initially built, the river acted as a Humayun River acted as the 4th wall, but over the years it has shifted, and so today it only has 3 walls left. That's why you should probably not use such shifting things as your walls. I don't know what I'm saying. So the next place I wanted to visit is right opposite Humayun's tomb. It's Sanda Nursery, and today there seems to have like a cultural event, and it's so crowded and there are so many people even queuing for the tickets. So I'm gonna come back maybe tomorrow when it's a little less exciting, and hope we'll see the very lush and very beautiful gardens then. So this place is called Rashtrapati Bhavan. It's like a central government offices. Grand, and you can see a lot of flags. So here, as I said, that's the government offices, and on that side you have the parliament. This is a huge park that I'm not sure if you can walk through, and at the other end is the India Gate. And India Gate is like the absolute place you have to visit here, and it's the place I'm going to. It's like you're in Delhi, you have to say India Gate, and that's where I'm going to next. Yeah, the parliament is there, and Rashtrapati. So there is India Gate, and yes, there is so much here. You have to be very careful. I don't think I've ever said as many no thank yous as I've said in that stretch that I've walked just from there to come see the gate. But here is India Gate. You cannot complete a tour of India before, I mean not India, of Delhi before you visit India Gate.
Okay, 40 rupees, okay?
No, thank you. The India Gate itself was established to commemorate the people who perished in the war. So it celebrates around 70,000 soldiers who died in the First World War, and also thank you, and also yes, and also the 3rd Afghan War. So yes, it's a lot. Maybe come here in the mornings, like very early when there's not so much crowds. You might be better off. So that path is called Kartavya Path, and from that, where I was saying a lot of no thank yous, you access these underground paths to go closer to the India Gate, and there is a lot of history, a lot of cards there with the historical evolution of Delhi as a city, and it's you can learn about how the city was built. Right now I'm essentially standing like at the Kartavya Path, right in the middle of it, and you cannot see that far, but my eyes can, and you can see actually the Parliament building right opposite here, and it's very clear, and so it would be so nice if you'd see it, but unfortunately it's not that kind of a camera, but so you won't be able to see that. Where that's the path, you can walk all the way straight. Okay, it's not straight, you have to go through the underground, you have to fight all the photographers, but at the end of the day you end up on that side. Obviously, you cannot complete a tour of monuments of Delhi without seeing the Lal Killa or the Red Fort, which I happened to visit during my first day, and you can see it on my video, First Impressions of Delhi. And the other place that you have to see is Jama Masjid. It's a Muslim temple. Sorry, I keep saying that. It's a Muslim mosque. It is a mosque, and it is next to Chandni Chowk, very close to Lal Killa as well, so make sure you visit that as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. It is my pleasure to take you around places that I visit, and it is my joy to have you travel with me. So I hope you enjoyed it. Click subscribe, comment, like, share. Let me know what you think. Delhi, it has a lot of amazing places to see, and I hope to see you on the next video as I show you more of Delhi. Bye.